The richest 10 Americans got $365 billion richer just over the past year. The stunning increase in wealth amounts to a gain of roughly $1 billion per day for those billionaires. By contrast, the typical American worker made just over $50,000 in 1 year in 2023. Here are the top 10 actionable things you can do to improve your finances and build long-term wealth, whether you're starting from scratch or you're well on your way. In most videos like this, the speaker's going to start with the easiest or at least just the first step first. Understandably, but I'm going to start with the end in mind. Your ultimate goal needs to be this right here. If I just say, get rich or have $5 million in the bank, that sounds good, but that's not actionable. What's going to actually get you to become rich or live the life that you've always wanted and to be financially free and secure? So number 10 on this list is that you need to own assets, not just income. The rich don't work for money, they make it work for them. Buy stocks, real estate, a small business, or digital products. Build assets that generate cash flow, appreciation, or passive income. You definitely want to avoid over-saving in cash because you lose to inflation. All those billionaires that I showed you at the beginning of this video have most, if not all, of their net worth tied up into assets, not in cash. That's how it grew so substantially and how it grew every single day for the entire year. You need to retrain your mind. The ultimate goal here is not to have more cash and put it into the bank and have your bank account grow. That's nice, but that's the overall result. What we want is, how do we get to that point? How do we make it so that we're building this thing up like crazy? And that's what you need to focus on. So here's how you're going to get there. Number 1, you need to track every dollar. What gets measured gets improved. Use a budgeting app like YNAB, Monarch, or Mint, or now Copilot. Know your monthly inflows and outflows. Know your debt, your net worth, and your savings rate. Build a zero-based budget that aligns with your goals. Whenever I say the word budget, I usually lose people right off the bat, but do this. Trust me, I still do this. I don't understand how people don't do this. This is how you're going to get to where you want to get to. Number 2, you have to destroy high-interest debt first. Pay off credit cards, personal loans, or anything over a 7 to 8% interest as fast as possible. Use the debt avalanche method where you pay off the highest interest debt first and then hit the next ones. You could also consider refinancing or consolidating to lower rates. And yes, I will always suggest that you pay off high interest debt first before investing. Number 3 is literally the cheat code to actually get you to hit these goals, and this is to actually automate your savings and eventually your investing. Set up automatic transfers to an emergency fund. Try to get up to a 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. As far as investing, set up automatic transfers to a 401k or the Roth IRA or a brokerage account. Even having automatic transfers to the high-yield savings account for short-term goals. Treat investing like it's a bill. You're not just gonna not pay your rent and not pay your utilities, right? Make it a line item in your budget that says, hey, I want to invest $100 a month, or I want to save $100 a month. Great, now call that a bill and make sure you pay it. Number 4, at this point, we can start investing. And what you need to do is keep the main thing the main thing. Let's build up a solid foundation of index funds or ETFs and try to stay away from those individual stocks that I know are very tempting, or even cryptos that have gone up 100% in a month. I promise you, you can hit those later, but you want to build up this base first. Start with broad market ETFs like VOO for the S&P 500 or SCHD for dividends, QQQM for tech growth, even VT if you want more global exposure. Dollar cost average every paycheck or month. Time in the market beats timing the market. Small wins make a huge impact, especially at first. And I know for me, when I was much younger, and even the students that I teach at the university, they say they don't want to invest yet because they don't have enough money to invest. Like, will $5 really make a difference? Well, $5 per day is about $150 per month. $150 per month in something like the S&P 500 that produces about 10% on average for 40 years comes out to $796,666. So yeah, $5 is enough to invest. But you're absolutely right. It's about that time to start thinking about how can we make more money. So number 5 is to grow your income earning power. Invest in yourself, take online courses, certifications, side gigs. You're doing your part right now watching this video or watching anything that I produce because it's just free education for you. And my ultimate goal, the whole reason why I made this channel, is to truly help you. I saw that there was a lot of bad advice out there, and I also know that the finance industry is quite shady with financial advisors and things doing questionable things with your money and just doing whatever they can to take a portion of your portfolio. So my goal is to make it so that you can do this all by yourself and that you can make all of your hard-earned money just grow that much more for you. You can negotiate your salary. Most people leave 10 to 20% on the table. Don't just cut your expenses, grow your income. I know this isn't for everyone, but I always try to suggest if you have even just a little bit of extra time in the day, which most people definitely do if you're going to be honest with yourself, why not start a super small side hustle? For me, I've always had multiple income streams. It's just something that was just wired in me, and that's just the way that I like to do things. Right now, I'm a professor at the university. I'm obviously doing YouTube. I do private financial coaching, and I'm an investor in and own a jiu-jitsu gym here in California. So before I showed you, if you have $5 per day to invest, that's going to get you a very solid sum in 40 years, about $800,000, which is awesome. But if we can increase that earning power, and instead you built one more revenue stream and now you have an extra $1,000 per month. $1,000 per month at 10% for 40 years comes out to $5,311,110. I hope now you're starting to pay attention. Number 6 is a huge one, and this is kind of like number 1 where most people glance over this and just keep moving, but this one right here is the secret. Live below your means. Always. Avoid lifestyle creep even as your income rises. I have so many friends that make $250,000 a year or more, and they're broke. They can't go out to dinner. They can't buy things because they have too much credit card debt or too much debt in general because they bought too many things as their income increased. Don't be that guy. Buy used cars, cook more, delay big purchases, whatever you have to do, live below your means. It's simple, but I understand it's not easy. Number 7, get financially educated. Again, you're already doing that watching this video, so good job. Read or listen to The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Watch solid YouTubers that you can trust. I personally like to read solid CEOs' earning reports over the years. 2 of my favorite books would be The Essays of Warren Buffett and then Dear Shareholder by Lawrence Cunningham. These books taught me so much in my own investing and my own finances, but also as a business owner myself. The insight was invaluable. Number 8, this one's huge, especially as you start putting into practice everything that I've talked about from before. Your taxes are inevitably going to be an issue, and so you want to make sure and mitigate those taxes and bring them down as much as possible. Max out your 401k, especially with an employer match. Use the Roth IRA for tax-free growth, or a Roth 401k if you have high income and you can't add to a Roth IRA traditionally. Learn how to do a backdoor Roth or mega backdoor Roth if you'd like. Consider HSAs and 529 plans for additional tax-free growth. I'd highly recommend that you speak to a tax professional and just see if there's anything that they recommend. That small little conversation that you have with them could save you tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Number 9 seems self-explanatory, but it's actually one of the things that I have seen a lot of people not do. I'm shocked that people don't do this one. And number 9 is have a wealth building plan. Set clear financial goals like net worth milestones, retirement number, income targets. Review progress monthly or quarterly. This is my specialty, honestly. God gave me a gift to be able to simplify complicated material, whether it be at the university or with my private clients talking about finances specifically. I love to sit with people and figure out the puzzle of their finances and then work to put together a strategy that's not a cookie cutter strategy for everyone. It's specific for their specific goals and needs. If you're interested, I provide private financial coaching and have worked with well over 500 clients at this point, so I can share what has worked for them and we can develop the perfect strategy for you to live your best life. Email me at ProfessorG.invest@gmail.com to schedule a consult. You need to stay focused on long-term wealth, not just short-term wins. There's a big difference between making a couple extra bucks and actually building your net worth. Once you've done all this, you can now clearly do what I started this video with. And that's number 10, own assets. By owning assets like stocks, real estate, businesses, or whatever, you now have an evergreen wealth source that will not run out and will be able to get you to the life you've always dreamed of. The best way to start this is by creating a portfolio, at least of something like a base of investing that I talked about with those nice broad ETFs, and beats almost anything else on the market today. Watch this video to learn about the best 3-fund portfolio that's super simple that you can absolutely do all by yourself without having to pay any extra fees. Or watch this one to keep you going strong in investing, and remember to keep investing simplified.